Hey friend, welcome to the BotBuhdy AI report. Today we've got a packed show for you. Xi Jinping takes the stage at World AI Conference. Google misses its third Gemini 3.5 Pro deadline. Netflix just admitted AI was used in 300 of its shows and movies this year. And finally, China's Moonshot. AI just dropped the world's biggest open weight model. Let's get into it.
Let's start in Shanghai. Today, Chinese President Xi Jinping walked onto the stage at the World Artificial Intelligence Conference, his first personal appearance at the event. And he did not come just to wave. He called out America by name, not directly, but everyone in the room knew exactly what he meant. Xi said AI should not be, quote, a solo performance by a single country. He was talking about U.S. chip export bans, U.S. sanctions, U.S. dominance, and then he announced something new. The World Artificial Intelligence Cooperation Organization, headquartered right there in Shanghai. He's promising 5,000 AI training opportunities for developing nations over the next 5 years. Think about what that means. China is building a multilateral AI institution, the equivalent of a mini United Nations for artificial intelligence, with Beijing at the center. Xi didn't just give a speech today, he planted a flag. And whether the Western tech world likes it or not, the rest of the world is watching who shows up with resources.
All right, I will be honest, I was a little skeptical when I first saw this one. But hear me out.
3 times, 3 consecutive internal deadlines, and Google still cannot ship Gemini 3.5 Pro. Bloomberg broke this story last night, citing unnamed sources inside DeepMind. The rebuilt model, which Google has been working on for months, is still failing their own reliability standards. Hallucination rates are too high, and it's coming in below GPT 5.6 on coding benchmarks, which is exactly the benchmark that matters most right now. Here's what makes this painful for Google. They didn't just miss once. They missed, regrouped, rebuilt, and missed again, twice more. Sources say Google is now considering releasing a stopgap Gemini Flash version just to have something new on the market while the real model is still being fixed. For context, Google invented the transformer architecture. That's the foundation. Everything you use today, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all of it sits on Google's original research, and they are now months behind the companies that learned from them. A stopgap Flash release might calm developers for a few weeks, but the bigger question is whether Google DeepMind can close the gap before its customers quietly stop waiting.
Okay, this next one. I am genuinely excited about this. You are going to love it.
Netflix just told you something in their earnings report that the entertainment industry is going to be talking about for a long time. 300 titles. That's how many Netflix shows and movies use generative AI tools in their production this year. And we're only halfway through 2026. Netflix said, and I'm quoting them here, AI helps deliver higher quality output more quickly and at a lower cost. Most of the AI use happened in post-production. Things like visual effects cleanup, background generation, and workflow tasks that used to require entire teams. Now here's the number that should matter to every VFX artist and post-production professional watching this. 300 titles in roughly 6 months means about 50 AI touch productions every single month. That is not a test. That is a pipeline. Netflix doesn't need to fight with unions over whether AI is allowed. They're already using it, disclosing it as a competitive strength and calling it a cost savings. The Hollywood writers and actors who negotiated AI protection clauses in their contracts are now going to spend the next few months figuring out whether those protections actually covered post-production workflow tools. The answer might not be what they hoped.
Wait, what? I had to read this one twice. This changes things.
A Chinese AI company just released the largest open weight model in history. Moonshot AI dropped Kimi K3 yesterday, 2.8 trillion parameters. To put that in perspective, most of the frontier models you've heard of, GPT-5, Claude Opus, are trained on similar scales but kept entirely closed. Nobody outside the company gets the weights. Kimi K3 is different. The weights are going public on July 27th, and the early benchmarks are showing something that's going to make some very expensive Silicon Valley executives uncomfortable. K3 is reportedly competitive with Anthropic's Opus 4.8, one of the most capable closed models in the world, on key reasoning and language tasks. You can already use it right now via the Kimi website and API. The The business case is massive. Developers who can't afford six-figure API bills can now self-host a frontier-class model. Research labs in countries that can't access OpenAI or Anthropic can run this. Startups that need raw intelligence without the margin hit can build on it. And the moment those weights drop publicly on July 27, there is no going back. The US tried to limit China's access to advanced chips. China responded by building a model so large that once it's out, the whole world has it.
That's all for today, friend. If you found this helpful, smash that like button and hit subscribe. I will see you tomorrow with more AI news. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and remember, leverage your intelligence.